Hello. Today's unboxing is going to be a Spark Mini from spark.ca. This arrived today. I ordered it a couple of months ago, but it showed it was on back order and it would arrive in November, and sure enough it did. So we're going to do an opening and go from there. Seat and seat post. And this time I've wisened up. I know where to look for the key, so I can take the battery out and make it a little lighter. It's on the handlebar post. And of course I went and I dropped it to the bottom of the box. Okay. There we go. And I'll just take the battery out right now. Lose a good 10 pounds of weight off of this unit. There we go. And the battery's out. Okay. The next thing is to get the bike out. And we'll start removing some foam. And now for a little bit of cleanup.
Okay, let's undo the seat.
Okay, now we're going to take a look at the goodie box. This will be the charging unit. And a manual. And a chain slap guard. And the pedals. Oh my goodness, they included something new. A wrench set. They didn't have this with the Spark bolt. This makes life a lot simpler. They have the water bottle holder. The wrench, the slap guard. The pedals. And this will be the battery charger and the manual. Very good. Nice to see that wrench. We'll give it a try out right away. I noticed that they emailed me an addendum to the manual about removing 2 washers off of here. Now you're only supposed to remove 1. What does this come with? Well, that's 1. We'll undo this. This is so much nicer having this tool. Now they say to remove just the 1 washer in the addendum. We'll see if that works. I'm just wondering whether it's supposed to be the same thing for the Spark bolt that I have, because I still have those washers. Okay, so much for that. We've got the pedals next, and of course they usually require a little bit of grease too. Let's just take a look. Yes, it says grease pedal threads before installing. So we'll get a little grease. Okay. Now for the next side. And I guess it's out to the toolbox for a 15mm. I've seen a lot of different forums from a bunch of different bike manufacturers, and that's one of the #1 complaints when these bikes arrive. They go and take them for a spin and the pedals fall off on them. Take one last thing and this will be complete. It appears to have arrived in good shape. They have a little louder bell than the Bolt has. And we'll peel this back. Display looks good. Before I do anything with it, I want to kind of inspect some of the connections and the chain and make sure the shifter's working properly. So I popped her up on this bike rack and I'm going to attach the chain guard. It's just velcroed on. It attaches back here. And I guess we should rotate it so that the name is showing. There we go. We'll make sure we're not... Oops. Well, that doesn't sound great, so I might have to do a little bit of an adjustment on the derailleur. It's not within the specs. It's clicking. I did a little adjustments on the high limit and the barrel connector on the derailleur. And then I lubricated the chain with this WD-40 bike all condition chain lube, which is very nice. And I put 30 pounds in the front and back tire because that's the maximum it says to take. On the Spark bolt, it takes 65 pounds. And when you're hitting big gaps in the cement and everything, you want to have lots of pressure. If you're riding in sand or something like that, or on snow, you might want to reduce the pressure. I also had to bend both of these tabs up a bit because the knobbies on the tires were hitting the back of the fender. One of the complaints I have about the Spark bolt is that there's not enough clearance between the fender and the tire, and if you hit the least little bit of mud, everything that sticks to your tire is rubbing against your fender. I'm going to have to do something to put at least half an inch of clearance on it. I see there's an adjustment on the front, but it looks like it's up as high as it can be. And the front tire on this bike has plenty of clearance. It's perfect. The back, like I say, I had to bend right here to pull it out more. I've got the shifter working beautifully now after my adjustments. It's nice and smooth. Also, when I was doing the work, I had to adjust 2 Allen keys here to tighten this. I've already got a charged battery for my Spark bolt, so I'm going to put it in and take the bike for a spin just to make sure everything is working on it. Then we'll get back to you after that. It went together very simply. Boxed nice. There doesn't appear to be any damage on the unit. Looks good. Of course, it started snowing as soon as I got out there, so I didn't get much of a test drive out of it. Got it up to about 33, and one of the things I should note was I've noticed before I had when I was picking up some stuff that I forgot to put the washers underneath the pedals, so I added those in. And the bike runs pretty good so far. I noticed the motor is a lot noisier than on the Bolt. It's got more of a grind noise to it. So if I'm not pedaling and I just use the throttle, it seems to have a, I don't know whether it needs to be broken in or what, but it seems to have a grind. If winter doesn't disappear quick and give me a little break, I'm not even going to have a chance to try it out before packing it away for the winter. I used the other battery that I had in my other bike, and it's running pretty good. I think if you're going to be folding it and taking it with you on trips, you're going to have to lubricate this hinge here, because it is fairly stiff. It's pretty hard to fold over, and I would suggest also to put a pad along here before you fold it, so that when you bring it over and you bring the bars down and everything, nothing is going to be scratching or whatever, because it's a nice paint job. I like that flat black color. It sticks out nice. Well, I'll try to post this.